Hello YouTube, Canadian Edge here, and we are going to do a knife review today. And so this knife that I have with me today, it is the Camillus Rage. And this is an interesting little knife. I managed to get this on sale. I think they're regularly about 30 bucks here, 35 bucks in Canada. And Walmart had it on sale for $8, something like that, $5, one of the two. Anyway, the Camillus Rage has a blade length of 3 inches. Open it is 7.25 inches, and closed it is 4.25 inches. The steel on this, it is a 440 stainless steel. I can't remember, 440A, 440B, something. Don't believe it's 440C, but it is a 440 steel. Even says on there 440, which you might not be able to see. But it is 440. So the weight on this, 3.17 ounces. The handle, it is a glass-filled nylon, and it's skeletonized. Make it even lighter. And the pocket clip, it is a right hand tip down carry, and it is a deep carry, but it is not reversible in any way. So right hand tip down is all you get. It does have a lanyard hole at the back here that you can use for your lanyard, and it does have a thumb hole for opening purposes. It is a liner lock, and it does have jimping on the back here, which I enjoy. So this knife, yeah, I saw it for sale, and I hadn't done much with Camillus knives, so I thought I would check it out. And let's do some size comparisons here. We have the Ontario Rat 2. So you can see they're pretty much the same size. I have the Benchmade Bug Out. And it is slightly bigger. Not a whole lot, but just slightly. And this knife actually kind of, in a way, reminds me of the Bug Out. The way the handle is on it, it feels similar to the Bug Out. Oh gosh. Got the Civivi Cogent, and you can see that's bigger, and the Sencut Saxi. And so those two knives are a bit bigger than this one. So it's a mid-size knife, and nice and light. And as I was saying, the handle does remind me a bit of the Bug Out. You can see they're both thin. They got the jimping on the end, and similar idea to the Bug Out, but still very different than the Bug Out. It has, the blade is centered, which is cool. And there is no blade play. Up or down, right or left, it sits in there nice and solid. So, you know, for the price, it seems like a decently made knife. And anybody who's familiar with Camillus knives, maybe you can comment and tell me your experience with them. But, you know, so far, I think it's fairly well built knife. Let us do a sharp test. See how we won't sharpen it, because 440 is easy to sharpen, just so you know. It's decently sharp, not razor sharp, but it is decently sharp. We got some other things here. We'll try the old zip tie and see how it does. Oh, cuts through that pretty easy. So it's got the nice little recurve there in belly so things won't slide up the blade very easily. Okay, it's sharper than I originally gave it credit for. Cuts through those things pretty easily. And we'll see how it cuts through that. Oops. I don't know why I've had trouble the last couple times with this twine, but it cuts through that quite easily as well. So it does have a decent edge on the blade. And yeah, so $35 knife. If you're looking for an EDC, this might be something you want to consider checking out. I like the aesthetics of the knife. I think the blade profile is quite interesting. I like the swedges here. I like the way it drops down, gives it a bit of a different look. My Kubi, what is it? FRN, RFN, RF. Anyway, Kubi has a knife that's a similar blade profile to this. And so yeah, I was liking the blade profile. I like the fact that they skeletonized the handle. It's still strong, like when you squeeze it, it doesn't have a lot of give to it, so it's decent strength on that. If you ran over it with your car, probably might break it, but just squeezing it, you'll be fine. No worries there. And yeah, I thought it was a aesthetically pleasing knife. I like what they did with the handle. Some people don't like the individual finger grips. I don't mind them if they're not, ridiculous. So this it gives you better grip on the knife. And so the knife, it does have a lot of grip. You can see here too the pattern that they've done. This is all, well, it's not a honeycomb, but it's similar to that, and it's got good grip, very good grip on it. The ergonomics are good. You get a good purchase on it. It might be more interesting if it had a choil there, but even still, you get a good grip on it. You could do, controlled slicing with it if you're making fire kindling and stuff like that. So this would be a great little camp knife. And I really like the thin profile. It fits in the pocket really well. Again, kind of like the bug out, nice and thin. You don't really notice it in your pocket. There's nothing really protruding off of it to notice while it's in your pocket. So yeah, very nice design and fits well in the pocket. Things I'm not happy about. The pivot is a little stiff on this. It is loosening up. You can flick it out. Can't quite do a reverse flick on this, but almost there. I don't know if you can hear it if I'm quiet. Maybe. There is a squeak there, but to adjust the pocket or the pivot on this, you would have to take the pocket clip off, and you know what? For what you got here, it's not really worth it. It's breaking in the more I use it, so not a big deal to me. Not going to worry about it. But the pivot is a bit stiffer than I would care for it to be. And the pocket clip, my usual complaint with the pocket clip is that it's not flush. You can see the screws stick up. So that's going to be wear and tear on your pocket. And yeah, not that big a deal, but it is wear and tear. And so I just wish they'd make that flush. Got a nice little knife design though in the pocket clip. That's kind of cool. So yeah, overall, very happy with this knife. What I've seen, it feels like a solid knife. I've used it for cutting down breaking down cardboard and opening packages and different things like that, and it works very well for that. Feels solid in your hand. Doesn't feel like it's going to fall apart. Even when you're opening it and closing it and that, it still feels feels like it's a decently made knife. So somebody that's on a really fixed budget or just don't want to spend a lot of money on a knife, maybe you're hard on knives and go through them quickly and that, and you just want something you can use and abuse, this might be a knife to look at. Like I say, the price is pretty decent on it, and it seems to be a decently built knife. So yes, I would recommend this as an everyday carry. This is probably, again, something I would throw, I don't know, into a toolbox maybe, in your car, for a knife that you have for emergencies in your car. Maybe in the camping gear, take it camping and use it there. But it would work as an everyday carry. It's just I've got other knives that I prefer and are easier to work with, so I would carry them instead. But yeah, I would recommend this for an everyday carry for somebody who's just looking for a budget knife and something that'll do the job. So that is the Camillus Rage. You can check those out at different places that sell Camillus or Camillus. Anyway, that is all for that knife. Thank you for joining me on this. I have other reviews and unboxings that you can take a look at. Hit the like, hit subscribe, leave me a comment. I will get back to you, and we'll do this all over again. But until then, you stay safe and stay sharp.